Hey, what's up, studs? Ryan here, or MandRproductions, with my review of a very rare, very hard to find, very hard to come by, even on like eBay or Bricklink Lego Star Wars set. It's set number 7283, the Ultimate Space Battle there. It's recommended for ages 8 to 12 and includes 567 pieces, and that is a pretty dang Ultimate Space Battle. It's one of few sets that Lego has ever released that includes like multiple spaceships to fight amongst themselves. This set was released in 2005, if you can't tell by the beautiful box art, to coincide with Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. This particular set was a Target exclusive, meaning you could only buy it at Target or at the Lego store and Lego.com, and at that it was $50 in the United States. Now, adjusted for inflation, you're looking at about $66, which is iconic and ironic. However, this set is very, very rare, and if you want this set sealed in box on eBay, there is, like, as of the recording of this video, like 4 listings available, the cheapest of which is going to cost you about $310, and that's about the market value for this set sealed in box, about $300+. So this set has shot up in value like crazy. I bought this particular version sealed in box at a Lego convention called Brick Fair, Virginia, back in 2018, I believe, for about $160. And it seems like right after that convention, this thing just shot up in value. So this thing is worth a ton of money now, and I have not opened this particular box. I actually went out and bought another version of this set that was used, but in basically new condition, so that I could review it without having to open my pristine box, because I'm a collector, okay? I'm a dirty collector. What are you going to do? The back of the box shows off the Droid Tri-Fighter, the Vulture Droid, and the Anakin Starfighter, little Obi-Wan Starfighter action down there. Just all the features of the set, as well as some other sets available at the time. And I will say this was the only way to get that red Obi-Wan Starfighter for a long time, until 2016, I think, is when they released an actual standalone version of that set. But until then, back in 2005, Lego released this set, which was the Vulture Droid with Anakin Starfighter, which is included in this set as part of the set. And then they also released this set, which is the Droid Tri-Fighter, which is also in this set. So this set is like a culmination of multiple sets, and it's kind of amazing for that. So basically, if you look at the value of what is included here, for $50 retail as a Target exclusive, you're getting what is essentially a $20 set between Anakin and a Vulture Droid, a $15 set there with the Droid Tri-Fighter, so that's $35 value, at least according to the retail price that Lego is selling them for, and another Vulture Droid and an Obi-Wan Starfighter, which is the same to Anakin, so that would be a $20 set if it was released separately. So you're getting $55 value for $50, which is pretty good, I guess. One final thing I have to say about the box art is they put the Vulture Droid stickers on the heads on backwards, and they actually released that as the set. So great job, Lego. Let's double check. I didn't check the back. Yeah, on the back they have it correct. See how the eyes are in the front? But on the other side, they do not have it correct. You get a pair of these gorgeous Buzz droids in the set, and honestly, I think this is the pinnacle of Buzz design. I don't think any of the models that have come after this, I think namely in 2014 was like the last time that I think they've redesigned it, were anywhere near as good as this. And man, I think they knocked it out of the park with this for a first try on a Buzz droid. They've got the saw on there, which you can have in 2 different positions. I'll grab the other Buzz droid to show you. You can have it grab onto wherever, you know, the clip could normally grab on there. And then you also have the little cap or the dome pieces on his head, which are printed. Really neat. Obviously, he doesn't like fold up into a ball or anything, but he serves his purpose to be able to try and chop apart some Jedi starfighters. So that's pretty neat. Always loved those orange studs for like his eyes. I thought those worked really well there, the trans orange. So nice little Buzz droid design. I will say the one flaw with it, if I could pick one out, would be that the legs tend to have a tough time staying on. Even when I was a kid playing with these, they definitely would fall off a lot. 2005 Anakin Skywalker. This is an absolute classic minifigure. He is not the best looking, but he is a classic, and I don't think that can be argued for a lot of people. His torso print is bland, but it works. Like, they've got enough detail there on his Jedi outfit. He's got one black hand to simulate where he'd be wearing a glove for where his metal hand is, and then his left hand is still his normal hand there. No leg printing, no back printing. There will definitely not be a second face underneath, but the face that they do have on him is actually pretty good. Obviously, the faces are still lacking a lot of detail back in 2005. You have some scars on his face, but namely where you miss a lot of the life on some of these characters is the pupils. They are just black eyes. So definitely something that is notable there. But something cool that they did, if you look on the left side of his face from our perspective there, he's actually wearing a microphone. So So when he's in the Starfighter, and you'll see this on Obi-Wan as well, when he's in the Starfighter, he's got the microphone on his face that they're talking with in the opening scene of Episode 3. That's pretty damn awesome. The hairpiece is probably one of the most controversial LEGO Star Wars hairpieces ever, and the more I've looked at it, the more terrible it looks over the years. Back in 2005, it was passable. Not so great. It's just a bad hairpiece for it. It does not really resemble how his hair looks very well. I think what they've been using for the past 5 to 10 years looks a lot better. But this one's a classic, and I'm not going to put it down for that. Of course, the classic Anakin will come with the classic Obi-Wan here as well. And I think this one holds up a little bit better because I don't think the hair looks as bad on this particular minifigure. You'll see that the hair also matches his beard color really well. They've really got that down. No leg print. The torso print, I think, is also a little bit better than the Anakin's, or at least more lively to me. I don't know. For some reason, I just like the look of this character more. And again, you'll see that gold metallic colored microphone on the left side of his face from our perspective shining back at you. Also, chrome lightsaber hilts. That was kind of neat, 2005, but those are obviously long gone now. So you could get both these characters as light-up characters also in set 75257, the Ultimate Lightsaber Duel, but in this set they just came as their normal regular LEGO minifigure selves. First up here is the Droid Tri-Fighter, and this one has been remade a couple of times by LEGO, but this was the first version, and I think I have the most love for this version. It was so simple, so much smaller than the newer, larger ones, and I really liked it for that, I think. It also had a really neat color scheme with this very cool light blue color mixed in with the dark blue and a little bit of black there sprinkled throughout. Obviously a little red, trans red in there, but yeah, the blue was very cool looking on this, though. I really like the color scheme that they had going on here, and it's also a very interesting build for something that's this is only about 148 pieces, I think, is the original set. It actually presents itself as a really somewhat challenging build because of the way you have to make it like in a triangle and then get everything to connect together at angles, and it's a little bit of fun in that way. Anyway, you have kind of the eyes or the sensors of the Tri-Droid there on the front that just kind of stare at you. Actually looks really neat. And you have like the main blaster here in the middle, and then you have 3 flanking it, one on each, I guess, wing or appendage, whatever you want to call it there, which is pretty neat. And obviously this is all robotic, so it doesn't have a pilot, but there is a midsection here, which is actually where you're going to be able to release the buzz droids from. You can actually store 1 in here at a time. Unfortunately, obviously the set comes with 2, so you can't store them all, but that is a minor complaint. There are those legs falling off again, but as you can see, you could actually fold it up enough to get it to fit in here, and we will do just that. Drop it in there, and then we are going to close this up, and then you can actually have, if we can get it to be centered, the buzz droid within the little storage area of the Droid Tri-Fighter. This is also printed, so that's really neat as well. All the other pieces that you see on here are stickers, so those are all stickered out. The used version that I bought of this was missing some stickers, so not every sticker. The used version that I did buy of this is missing some stickers, so not every sticker is applied. You'll especially notice this on the other side here, definitely missing some stickers, but still, it looks good enough in my opinion. This is one that you could definitely build and not use the stickers on and still have it look really neat. The backside of the ship is going to be rounded out with a few engine pieces. This piece worked really well for what they had going on here because it like perfectly wrapped around that circular piece here. Like, it just worked. So I really like the Droid Tri-Fighter. Really nice inclusion in this set. Of course, you only get 1 in the set. The thing you get 2 of, though, are going to be these Vulture Droids. So this is like the standing walking position, like just walking around the base of the Separatists. There's another one back here. But this one, like I said, the set didn't come with all the stickers. So this one didn't have any stickers for itself. So we'll just leave that in the back, but it's supposed to look like this, and it looks pretty neat. It really does. I really like the design of these things. Again, this was the original, or not quite the original. There was one in 1999, but as far as the blue ones go, this is the OG blue one. And I really like how small it is. Again, like the Droid Tri-Fighter, it's not this huge thing that they've made overly complicated. It's pretty simple. Now, it does lack play features for that matter. You're going to have to manually move the wing pieces in if you want to put it into like its regular flight mode, just going fast or whatever, not like attack mode. But I mean, it's not that bad to do that. It just is kind of annoying compared to the newer ones, which is kind of on like droid arm hinges where you can just kind of swing it in and out. And then the head on top, obviously right now it's in like the forward position, but if you do want to put it into the flight mode, you can take that off and you're going to have a Technic pin in the back there to attach it to. Now this set again is missing kind of like normal play features that you would expect to see, like a flick fire missile or something like that. But again, it's 2005. Those aren't invented yet, but it's very bare bones. I mean, that's what you get with a set like this. It's rather bare bones, and you know, it's up to you whether or not you're into that. Me personally, I'm kind of into the bare bones look of something like this. I think it looks pretty neat like this. You can see even a little bit of engine detail on the back. I think it looks the best in flight mode with its wings spread out, and that is my favorite look for this particular ship or vehicle for the Federation. I love it. The stickers look good, good enough, I guess. And there's a couple more vehicles we're going to take a look at here. It's Anakin and Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighters. These are, for all intents and purposes, identical. Other than some color swaps, these are identical. They're the same build, again, just different as far as the color goes. The Obi-Wan Starfighter does not have the stickers applied, so like I said earlier with some of the other stuff, there's just missing stickers in this set from the used one that I bought, but still looks good enough, looks fine to me without the stickers. It's not a big deal. Just know that this one doesn't have the stickers applied if you're wondering. So that should make it pretty easy for us to point out what's printed. We have this Republic insignia here and on the back as well, all printed there. And then you're also going to have the R2-D2 head. Obviously, 2005, they had not quite figured out or gotten complex enough with the design of these to fit the whole body of R2-D2 or any astromech droid for that matter into the ship. So you ended up just getting the head for him. One of the things that I really hate about these Jedi Starfighters is actually something that I never really had on mine. Like I lost these a long time ago, and I think it looks better without them. These little side guns, they just jut out too much in my opinion. The newer versions definitely fix that, but these original versions of the Jedi Starfighters here from episode 3 just don't look very good in that respect. Like those jutting out, just, I don't like it. The main guns for Anakin Starfighter here though are these blue laser cannons, which actually look pretty neat. You can of course have a buzz droid hop on and try to start cutting at stuff. That's definitely something you can do, which is nice. There's a lot of studs on top, plenty of space for him to kind of work wherever he wants. If you open up these little wings here, little flaps, you can get the set into the real attack mode, which actually looks pretty sweet when they're opened up. We'll pull the landing gear up as well, get that out of the way, just make it look really sick there. Really like the look of this. I know for 2005 it's a really simple brick based build, not really a lot of Technic holding the build together, so I did used to have problems with this falling apart when I would play with it, but as far as the display set, I think it's really awesome. And you will find some very large stickers on the inside of those flaps there. They look really nice for the panels. They're not too important because you won't see them too much if you keep the wings closed, but still looks nice enough. Close those right on up. And then you're going to have the cockpit piece, which is a huge printed piece that is just absolutely drop dead gorgeous and amazing. They're still using these for the Starfighters today. The print has changed a little, but for the most part looks the same. Even the front windshield piece here is a printed see-through piece, which looks great. And you can open this up and you're going to have plenty of interior space here. Nice little bit of detailing in there. You're going to have to lower the landing gear back down. The rear landing gear piece is actually pretty interesting because you're going to drop it down by like 2 notches and then 2 notches like so. It's just a little bit more interesting than the front ones. I thought it's a pretty neat fold in and fold up design that kind of goes out of the way to get out of your way. I really like that. Little engine on the back there, nothing too special, but you are going to have enough space to fit a pilot in there. And in this case, obviously it's going to be Anakin. There's a seat for him. It's not really the most roomy design as far as trying to get a minifigure in there, but it does work. And as you can tell, any bit of pressure going down, you're going to have some trouble with the landing gear staying up. So maybe holding it like this while putting the minifigure on would be ideal for a lot of people, but there we go with him on there. You're going to be able to close that up, and you have Anakin inside the cockpit, and of course the antenna piece hitting right on his face. That is definitely the way it worked in the movie. It's going to be much of the same here for the Obi-Wan Starfighter. You're going to be able to fit Obi-Wan inside. You have these flaps that can open up as you would expect. I mean, everything on this is pretty much the same. I think I might actually like the color scheme on Obi-Wan's a little bit more. I think the light gray kind of looks a little bit cleaner than the dark gray that they use here on the Anakin Starfighter. Just my opinion. And then you're going to be able to flip this upside down. It's going to look, again, identical to the Anakin Starfighter, just in a different color there, which I think is really neat as an aspect of this set that they kind of threw in the same exact design, because it shouldn't be any different. Like, there's no reason one should be different than the other than the actual colors that they use. Opening this up, again, is going to give you access to an interior, which is pretty tight, but still good enough, useful enough, and only can really hold one minifigure. And here's a close look at Obi-Wan's R4 astromech head there. And that is everything this set has to offer. It's one of the ultimate, like, combination sets where you're getting multiple ships from multiple factions that LEGO has ever released. For reference, in today's world of LEGO Star Wars, with their upgraded designs, better minifigures, and, you know, more complex stuff going on, more expensive prices, obviously. If you wanted to buy all 5 of these sets in their most recent configurations, most recent releases, you're looking at like almost $120 versus the $50 this was back in the day. And I will say with inflation about $66, but still, you're looking at something that was relatively cheap for being such like a dense set as far as getting 5 different vehicles for $50. I mean, that is a bargain. I think that is a really underrated aspect of this set, that you're getting 5 vehicles for $50. Like, that is incredible. So definitely not something we will probably ever see again from LEGO Star Wars. Something like this does not seem to happen very often, if it will ever happen again. But overall, this set's got to be a 10 out of 10 for me. I mean, for 2005, it was an incredible combination of things here to let you recreate the opening scene from Star Wars Episode 3. Maybe its biggest downfall was the fact that it was a Target store exclusive, and maybe that made it a little bit harder to get for a lot of people because, you know, for a set that was $50, I think this would have sold like hotcakes if it was in like Toys R Us and Walmart as well. That being said, Toys R Us did have a pretty cool exclusive from the time with the Tri-Droid and an ARC 170, but still, I think this was the cooler exclusive set of the two. So let me know what you guys think about this one down in the comments section below. I know probably not a lot of you guys own it, but if you ever have the chance to own this, I think you can't pass it up if it's at the right price. Obviously, these are super expensive, hard to come by. You're probably going to want to go used on it, but if you have the chance to buy a new one for $200 or under, I would say pounce on that because that is a damn good deal. Otherwise, probably buy a used one if you really want it to be built. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this review video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.